A new year, a new travel channel. Enjoy. This is BB Traveling Station. Happy New Year to everyone. This is my new station. Enjoy. Well, hello. I'm Vita from VB Traveling. That is what I like to do, is travel. I did not know traveling and posting was a thing. I've been to a lot of places and I've seen a few things, but I never knew about traveling. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my travels and show you my little lifestyle from my home to my vehicle. I've been doing some vehicle traveling. I've been traveling in my little minivan. Last year, I ran across a guy on YouTube, and he was getting ready to leave and go to Oregon. He lived outside of Chicago, and he was going to stop by and see Mount Rushmore. He started putting in this little bed-like thing that he made, and then he put in this piano bench that he cut the legs down and made it and cut out for a sink. And then he set his little cooler on the other side. Eventually, he had a electric refrigerator type cooler. And he left his, Pacificas, because that's what he was called, Fantastic Pacificas. And he left his back seat up because it's a 60-40 split. And the 40 part was down where his bed was. And the 20 part was up where it sits one person, because it sits 3 in the back on the third row. And I looked and I'm like, I got a Pacifica. I can do that. I'm like, oh my God, what a great idea. I like to travel and go places. And that is so neat. He said he won't be paying for hotels or anything. But he said he wasn't going to be doing very much cooking, because he did have breakfast stuff and lunch stuff. But he said, I'll be stopping at a Carl Jr.'s or something. I will not be cooking. And he had his little snacks that he put in, and his little cooler and his little light and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, that is fantastic. Then I started running into other people. And I ran into the Butterfly Tribe. And I ran into Lulu Way. And before I ran into them, I seen Nomi, Nomadic Introvert. And I was watching her and watching her videos, storming and seeing them. I'm like, oh my God, this is very interesting. She's living in her van, And then I ran across Eric Enjoys Earth. And I loved the way he had his vehicle set up. And I ran into a couple other people, that one of the girls that mimicked Eric Enjoys Earth and gave him credit, and another gentleman that mimicked, and his was really, really nice. He was an engineer. And a couple of other people that I ran into that made traveling in their vehicle very nice. From Eric, his design, and he put it out there for everybody to copy if they would like. Eric's very meticulous, and he likes everything done just. He says, no squeaks. You must sleep comfortably. Your bed must be comfortable. Which is very true, because let's face it, we spend a third of our day in that bed. We may not sleep all 8 hours, but we'll sit there and stroll on the phone, watch TV, chill, read a book, whatever, but we spend a lot of time in our bed. And half the time our lids are down. But we spend time in that bed, and that bed is very important to be comfortable. because sleep is to the body like oil is to a vehicle. If you run out of oil and drive for a long time, your engine will burn out. And if you do not get enough sleep, you will burn out. And food, of course, is our gasoline. So that's another one that you must have, or else your energy will burn out too. But other than that, I really, really enjoyed it. I started buying stuff. So that was in June or July. And you know how they have the college things where the kids are going back to college? I got a microwave for $50. Really nice microwave. And I got a desk for $29, $30, $29.99. You know how they do it. Just say 30. Round it up. What is a penny? And I cut it down. And I took my little kitchen bowl thing from my mixer. It was the same thing as the sink I bought. 10 inches. And I circled it around and cut it out of the little desk. And I'll have to show it to you. I have to show you the pictures of it. It's really, really nice. I enjoyed it. And put my little water thing in it. It's got running water and so forth and so on. I wanted a Jackery or Bluetti. And I seen the Bluetti, but I didn't quite get it and went back up. And that was not in my budget. Let's face it. It was not in my budget to pay full price when I know it was on sale. So I waited around to kind of close to Black Friday and went back down and I bought it. I wanted solar and I was looking around for solar and I ended up getting portable solar panel. And plus I had bought a regular solar panel, but portable worked better because I didn't know how to install the other one that I'd ordered. Then that March, I got a refrigerator. And by June, I went to my first meetup with one of the groups. And I really enjoyed it so much. I stopped by my cousin's house and I went to another meetup in Ohio. I'll tell you, it was really, really nice. I enjoyed myself. I really, really did. The ladies were friendly and nice and informative. They taught me a lot of things, which I appreciated that so much. And so I live in Michigan. I went upstate in Michigan. I went up to the UP. I stopped at another place that was having an event, and I went to that event, and that was really nice. And one of my girlfriends met me there. She was the only, out of all my friends, they thought I had gone crazy or whatever, you're going to sleep in you're going to do what? But when they seen it, they said, okay, but they were still not interested in that. They still think I'm kind of, oh, well, that's her now. But I had one girl she knew, and she told me about Nomad Introvert and told me some things about how she was in the past. I said, what? I didn't know she had yellow and black hair. She said, yeah, she had the two-tone hair. So I had to go back and watch all of her videos to get me up to date and so forth and so on. She said, I've been watching this for years and so forth and so on. So she met me up there and we went to an event and she ended up finding a friend that was there. And so she's been dating him. So it was really nice. I left my tent with her because I couldn't get my tent folded back down. It was one of those pop-ups and then you got to put it back down and wouldn't go back down like it was shipped with. And it took up my whole back space. It was like almost 4 inches round. I'm like, I can't drive and going up to the UP with this. So she took it back for me in her vehicle. And I went on up, did my first solo. And I got to see the Sulaks. And it was really nice. And Sault Ste. Marie. And I got to be on the boat and it goes down in Canada. And then we came back through the American part. It was really, really nice. I enjoyed that. My first time out by myself. But yeah, I had a good time. People were really nice and everything. And I did another event, and I went all the way to Florida. Oh, no, I take that back. My first event was taking my cousin. We went down to see her daughter and her newborn great grandbaby, because her granddaughter had a baby. And that was my first getting used to back to driving, because I used to drive for a living, so I kind of know how to drive. But yeah, it's been a really, really interesting adventure. But I did go to Florida this summer. Oh no, that was almost this fall, September. I went down to Florida. I stopped and see my cousin and I visited them once. Then I went back on my way to Florida. That was during the breakdown. I had 2 days at Smoky Mountains to break up the trip. And I only used one of them because I was kind of afraid to go. I'm like, they're on shutdown. I don't even know if I can get to my campsite. But it was open and was a lot of people there. And I did have one day there. Then I went to Savannah, and of course it rained. That's what it rained when I went to my first event. But it didn't kind of rain when I said, "Oh, I like this. I think I'll see if there's another event." And I went to the event in Ohio. But and it didn't rain there, and it was really nice. It was nice without the rain. But the other place stopped raining, and we had a good time too. I did my first hike there too. I never hiked before. I really did a hike. And it was very short, but that's about all I could handle because I've lost 30 pounds, by the way, in 2023. So I'm working my way down, so maybe I can lose another 30 pounds in 2026. We shall see. But yeah, I cook a little bit. My yard looks a mess. I keep my grass nice, but my flower beds are full of weed beds because I have deer, and the deer eat up everything. Once I planted 50 tulips. All I seen was a stem. Now, I don't know if that was the deer or the groundhog, because those woodchucks / groundhogs, they love everything. You don't have to worry about having no, what are those yellow things? Dandelions, they love them. But the deer, they love my hostas. I haven't seen my hostas in almost 10 years. Every now and then I'll go down there and look at the ground and dig, and I can scrape out the little weeds that I have there, and I can see a hostas, but they eat them up. That's candy. That's like taking a kid to a candy shop, and they can take what they want. And they also eat up my trees too, my hedges and things. So I fuss at them and shoo them on so they don't stay in my yard too much, but they do. And this winter I know they're really hungry, so maybe they'll eat that grass that I dumped down the hill for them. But I don't think the new ones know that it's there. The other ones, they used to watch me cut the grass and be waiting for me to dump it. But these new ones, they don't know that there's some grass there. I think they haul the deer away and thin the herd out because it's too close to the main street that moves 45 miles an hour. So, and they try to keep them at a distance. But by Selfridge Air Force Base, I think they were hunting them, and that's how they ended up in our neighborhood because we have a nice little park with a little nature trail. But it's not sustainable for a herd of deers. It's too small and not enough food for them. So I think they kind of keep them kind of in control a little bit. But yeah, so I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed traveling and all of that. But this is my new station, VB Traveling. I'm V, and I travel in my vehicle. And if you notice, when I do post, I do have a logo. And if you pay attention to it and really look at it, you'll see it's kind of made up like the things I like to do. And the home, of course, cook and yard and grow and home things. And the vehicle, you'll see it's the biggest because that's probably where I'll be doing most of my postings from, because that's what I'll do the most. But it has a little rudder on it, which means boat, water. And it has a wing on it, which means flying. Oh, by the way, I flew out to Arizona in a rental car, and I decided to meet I heard a meetup was happening at Quartzsite, so I decided to go to that meetup. It wasn't, I had my brother lived out there. He died last November, and at Thanksgiving, and I was going there. I've been going back and forth about 5 times in a year, helping my niece out with her dad. And yeah, he so I had some business and stuff to take care of, and I'd already had booked it. Then I realized they were there, so I decided to go out there. It wasn't bad in the car, except my mattress. I told you about that sleeping. That mattress was something else, because I bought an air mattress. I had it shipped to my niece's house. I could not get that thing inflated. I had a sleeping bag. It was hard. This one girl, she tried, oh, I got a machine, and I tried. She had to blow it, but she says, I was a horn player. I can blow it. It gave me relief for that one night a little bit. But the next night, it kind of deflated. It was flat again. I wasn't going to ask her to blow it up again. It just is what it is. I have to deal with that. I was only there for a few days, couple of days, about three nights, 3 or 4 nights, from Sunday to Wednesday. So, because I had to fly out Thursday, but they were there till Saturday or Sunday. But I already had booked my reservations and booked my car and all of that, so I had to skedaddle. Well, looking forward to seeing you. I will be posting more things. This is my first post. I'm trying. Until we meet again, let's spread love, peace, and happiness. I'm V. Until we meet again. Bye.